Welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video we're going to be checking out the latest addition to the Atezr family of lasers, L2 with 36 watts of power. So in today's video I'm going to take you through detailed assembly of this machine, of the whole setup, and we're going to run some extensive testing to see what this machine is actually capable of doing and achieving. So let's have a look what's in the box. And that's what you get in the package, I have to say. And there's a quite significant amount of parts, really nice manuals actually that we're going to go through, as we do need some stuff from that. And overall, so far the quality of everything seems to be quite decent. Right, let's put this bad boy together. Okay, let's start with the main frame. As you can see, we've got the front, the back and two sides. The left side is the one with the wires sticking out, as you can see here. To connect the frame, we're going to need some screws from step 1. Basically, there are 4 on each side, and there's 2 more that go at the back rail. And with those, you'll be able to control the tension of the belts. But I will show you how that works in a moment. Putting the main frame together is actually very easily, and as I said, 4 screws on each side. No issues over here, guys, no complicated things. So just put the screws in all 4 corners. And at the back of the whole machine, on the back frame, as you can see, we're just adding the 2 bolts that are a little bit bigger than the ones that we just installed. And when you release the bolt that's on the side panel, you'll be able to amend the tension of the belts with the back screw. So I'm just releasing that slightly. And now I'm able to amend the tension on the belts inside of the frame. And as you can see, you've got a nice access to the belts from the inside of the frame. Now we need to install this metal rod. There's a hole on one side of the front of the frame that we need to put through and secure. As you feed it through, there's a barrel with 2 screws inside. Okay, so you need to undo those to be able to get the rod through. And now secure it at both ends. Now we can install the X-axis, but first of all we need to take the plastic end caps. That will allow us to remove the top part of the X-axis, and with the screws in the back marked as step 7, we can attach the X-axis to the frame. The sides of the machine do have a notch in the middle, as you can see, and in there's a metal plate that rides along a rail, and to that plate we're actually attaching the X-axis. Just make sure that the position of the X-axis on those plates is near the front or the end of the machine, to make sure that the X-axis will be riding along straight. Now you've got the ability to amend the tension on the belt just over here. And to do that is very simple. There's a block that's holding the belt, and basically with a screw that's at the end of the axis you can amend the tension. We've got one limit switch to install in step 8. That goes on the left hand side in the frame, inside of the frame itself, and as you're already there's an electric wire that you can connect to it straight away. Now we can install the 36 watt module. It just slides in the carriage itself, and you got 2 bolts on the right hand side to secure it in place. Let's take care of the wiring. First of all, we're going to connect the module itself. There's no really a wrong place to go here, guys. Everything is clearly marked and all the connections are unique to each other, so there's definitely no way of making any errors. And the second wire goes on the side of the module, as you can see there. Now we need to connect the main wire from the left hand side frame of the unit with the X-axis. Again, there's 2 connections here that we need to make. It could be a little bit fiddly because there's not a lot of room in the frame over here, and plus you've got the air hose in there as well. From one side that's actually very good because the air hose is out of the way, so that's quite an interesting thing here. I do like it actually. But yeah, it's a little bit fiddly to get the cables and wires all in place. Now with the screws from step 10, we can secure the X-axis frame. Don't forget about the plastic end covers. Now we can continue with attaching all the electric cables to the right places. So this one goes to the motor just over here, and the big one from the axis to the motherboard. Don't forget about the air hose that goes just straight to the module itself at the top. Now if you want, you can do some cable management to get the wires out of the way. With this laser, I also got the air pump, obviously, to make the best out of the capabilities of this laser. Having an air pump whilst you're cutting things out is absolutely a necessity, in my opinion. It works absolutely great, and it basically adds so much more quality to your products. Easy to install. As you can see, I'm just plugging it in right now. No issues with that. You also get a magnetic touchscreen that you can operate the machine offline. Very handy feature there. And to the side of the machine, as you can see, you put the rest of the cables, like the USB cable that connects to your laptop and the power brick itself. Now let's have a look what we've got at the front panel. That's the reset button here. That's your USB port. Over here you've got your alarm, so basically anything goes wrong it flashes and you know, gives you a indication that something wrong. Power button and a child lock key. So basically sometimes if you're sharing your workspace with someone else and you don't want the laser to be used by him, just take the key out. It also has 6 limit switches, flame detector, which is very important, and gyroscope sloping. And as I mentioned before, you do get the air pump with it, which you can actually control by the knob on top of it. So you got full control over how much air goes into your laser head. Very good and a nice air pump there, guys. And I really do like the low profile tubing that goes. It's out of the way and it just looks great. Really smart design there. The work area of this laser is 410 by 410 millimeters. The maximum speed of engraving is 54,000 millimeters per minute. It also comes with a resume engraving where power failure occurs, and it has got a really interesting feature of autofocus. As mentioned, it does come with a touchscreen with some basic options so you can work offline. Obviously with your settings, all normal expected settings are here. So obviously you can change the language, tilt detection, flame detection, all the safety features, what modes, autofocus, you know, on all those basic settings and all the features that this laser comes with. Plus, as I said, offline engraving and cutting, everything is here. You've got all the basics: frame, move to center, set bottom left, set center, and you just move the laser head. So everything that you need is here. Okay, the whole machine is now fully assembled. It's connected to my laptop, but we still need to set up a few things. It does have autofocus option, which is absolutely insane. I've not had that option in any of my lasers so far, so that will be quite interesting to check out. However, we actually need to set it up first for it to work. And the software we're going to do that is in Lightburn. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through how to actually do it. First of all, we need to set up our new device. Okay, so press on devices, add new, and just let the system to find our new laser as it is in the database, so we've got no issues with that. So just follow along the instructions and add the laser to Lightburn. You can change the name over here. Obviously, you know, you can put anything you want. When you're ready, press next. Now you can select the homing side of the laser head, and there you go, job done. And now select the right laser from the list. As mentioned before, Lightburn can also control the air assist, so go into settings and just make sure that the air assist M8 option is selected. And the way that you control it, on the right hand side, as you can see, we've got fill and line, so that will cut out or engrave. And on the right hand side, you got a toggle where you can switch off air assist on and off. Or if you go into a bit more details on the layer itself, again, you know, you can change the settings and you've got the toggle for air assist on and off. Now this laser comes with auto homing, and to set that up, go into console tab, press on one of the macros, right click it. I'm going to use the top one, and I'm going to change the name to it to autofocus, and you just need to put in the certain command in, which is brackets ESP500, and close the brackets. And now as you're going to click the macro, the autofocus, the laser will start autofocusing. And how cool is that? Absolutely awesome feature. As you probably noticed, the laser head also has got this cross laser on it, and that's called auxiliary positioning. So basically you can use that cross laser to position your work. Now, if you're going to be using that, you actually are limiting your work area to 356 millimeters on the x-axis. And to set that up, again, we're going into macros, changing the name to auxiliary positioning. And this time the command is open brackets ESP501 close brackets. And in the move tab, you just need to set up the point of origin by clicking set origin. So I'm going to be putting a mark on the on our plywood sheet. I'm going to put the cross laser over it and then set it up with our auxiliary macro button to go into that spot. Now, the whole process of setting this up is actually well explained in the manual that comes with the machine. You can set up the focal point manually just using this bar that comes in the whole set, place it underneath the laser, and with the knob that's located at the top, just lower it down to that metal bar. Right then, now it's time to actually test the machine out. First of all, we're going to do the engraving test. Let's check out the results. Okay, quite interesting. This laser, as I said, it goes up to 54,000 millimeters per minute. And as you can see, even at 60% power, it's still got really good results. Now, I didn't actually had enough tiles for 40 and 20% of power. And check out the 8,000 millimeters per minute, 100% and 80%, so dark and deep, and the rest of them looking absolutely amazing with the higher speeds and even with the lower power settings. Really amazing results and fantastic quality of engraving. Right, let's do some cutting test. First of all, 4mm plywood. So let's see the result. However, I think with 36 watts laser module, I think we're gonna get really good results here, guys. Let's have a look if all of them will pop out. And now the last one, 500 millimeters per minute, 70% power. And is that? Yeah, hardly, but we managed to take it out. Okay, not bad performance. 4mm ply, all of the tiles went out. Great job. Right then, let's take it one step higher, 6mm ply. Right then, let's have a look how many more tiles will pop out. 200 millimeters per minute. Yeah, it's all coming out. 300. That's coming out as well. Sticking out a little bit, but not too bad. 400. One more. One more. Nah, I think that's it. Not too bad. Yeah, it didn't go through at all. Look at that. No marks at all. But still, very good performance. 6mm ply, 400 millimeters per minute, 80% power. Not bad at all. Right, and the next test, yes, 8mm plywood. Just check it out. I'm just using my caliper so you can exactly see. Yeah, 8mm. Let's do this. And let's have a look what we managed to get. How many tiles do you think will pop out? Let's have a look. Okay, that's not too bad, to be absolutely honest with you. 8mm ply, 290, is that coming out? Yeah, that should pop out as well. It's because it's so thick, it's actually hard to get those tiles out. Look at that, how thick that is. Yeah, let's have a look. 300, anything? Anything budging? No, unfortunately not, guys. 300 and above, no marks. But 8mm plywood, look at that, 200mm per minute at 70% power, insane. That is one strong laser. Great job here. Right, let's continue with the cutting test. Let's have a look. Well, I've got 17mm, 20mm and 25mm pine boards. Let's have a look at how many passes this laser will be able to cut them through. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Only 2 passes. It took the laser 2 passes to cut out 17mm pine board. And look at that, no overburn, hardly any burn on the cut itself. Really nice quality. Right, let's check out the next one. And I think it actually went through now. Let's have a look. Gentle tap. Yeah, it came off. 4 passes, 20mm pine board. 4 passes. Not bad going at all. A little bit darker cut, but still quite crisp and clean. No overburn again. So yeah, very nice. Time for the 25mm board. And let's have a look how many passes we'll need to cut through this piece. Right, I think it went through. Let's give it a gentle tap. Yeah, it came off. So in total, 5 passes. Check that out. Nice and clean cut. Again, no major overburn. Really nice quality cut. And only 5 passes for 25mm pine board. That is good. Very good. Okay, ceramic tile test. Let's have a look. And what are the results with 1000mm per minute? White ceramic tile. Let's have a look. Beautiful engraving. And as you can see just below, I've done before Atezr P10 and now the Atezr L2 36 watts. Really nice quality engraving in tile. Spot on. Can it engrave steel? Let's have a look. Did I mention that I like the autofocus option? It's really cool. And look at that, 1000mm per minute, and you get a quality engraving in steel like this. Super dark, absolutely crisp engravement, absolute quality. Check that out. How about engraving slate? Let's have a look. Well, very interesting results. Very deep to the touch, actually. And that's 1500mm per minute, 100% power. Really interesting results, I have to say. As always, I'm engraving my photo. This time it was 54,000mm per minute, 100% power. And look at that, it actually came out fabulously. A lot of detail around the glasses and the eye, the hair, spots on. Now, as you see, this is one super powerful diode laser, 36 watts. It just shows clearly, Even when cutting plywood 8mm, that is some good going. 200mm per minute at 70% power, and it managed to cut it through. Absolutely amazing performance. Well, you're probably going to ask a question, well, I've got 5 watts, is it worth upgrading to 10 watts, 20 watts, 36 watts? When does it end? Well, the whole thing about more power is that you can actually do your jobs, your tasks, your projects a lot quicker. And in this case, it can actually go up to 54,000 millimeters per minute. Not only that's the most powerful laser I ever tested in my workshop, is the quickest as well. And as you can see, the performance, even at top speed, is actually very, very good. Even on the photo, absolutely fantastic performance at that speed. So that's what you can actually achieve. However, if you want to cut thicker things, thicker pieces of timber, of plywood or anything else, that's the tool to do it. So what are the downsides when it comes to this machine? Well, compared to its competitors, it's actually a little bit harder to put together. It's still not too bad. It does take probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes longer. It's a little bit more complicated than other competitors. However, the frame itself, everything looks like industrial grade, okay? The frame is very, very heavy, nice and thick profiles, so it really gives you that sense of quality and that it will last a long time. One of the big positives is the cable management. Even the air hose is actually in the X-axis. Absolutely fantastic solution. So the wiring in the frame itself, it's not complicated, it's not getting in the way. Absolutely fantastic solution here and well thought out as well. Now, one more thing I want to mention, it's a quality of life feature that this laser has. The fans on the module itself will only turn on when the laser powers on. So you don't have to sit in the noise of the fans constantly. It just turns on when the laser is working. Now, that's a very good feature, to be honest. Overall, if you are looking for a very powerful diode laser that's not going to break the bank and will deliver you quality, then I think the Atezr L2 36 watts is actually a very good choice. I'm actually going to be making a project video with this laser, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that video, as you'll see this bad boy in some more action. However, I already got a massive playlist when it comes to videos on lasers, DIY projects, workshop projects and everything else. I've got some really cool playlists just over here for you. So have a look, maybe something will tickle your fancy, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.